Hi there friends, welcome to my channel. I'm giving you a bit of boom shaka action. Do we love? I just think this is so cute. Um yeah, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are well. I am doing really well. It is summer in South Africa and I live for summer. It was my birthday last week, still beaming from that. So I'm doing really well. So please give me a subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. It really goes a long way. It helps with the algorithm finding my videos and spreading it to like-minded people like yourself. So I'd really appreciate that. Before we begin, I just want to say a massive thank you to Didi. Please go check out her channel, Books and Beats. She's also a booktuber amongst so many other things. But Didi did this video where she's spotlighting people in the literary community. And she spotlighted me, and I haven't even responded to that video because I'm so speechless because she really sees me. She really sees my contribution to the literary community, and I really appreciate that because it's not a lot of people that can go up to someone and say, yo, you're doing well, and yeah, keep going. It's not a lot. So I'm so grateful to you, Didi, for saying that and for this massive shout out. It means a lot to me. Thank you for seeing me and seeing my work and seeing my contribution. I've linked the video down below. Please check it out and check out Didi. She's truly amazing. She speaks about books so eloquently and comprehensively, and such a dope channel, like Books and Beats, like superb, really. So check her out, subscribe, show South African booktubers some love. We're out here and we're doing this, and we just need your support. Okay, so as you obviously saw from the title of the video, I'm doing a wrap up. So it's September now. So this is definitely not a September wrap up video. It's more like a July, August. Your girl has not been shooting videos because life. Anyway, I have these 3 books that I want to quickly talk to you guys about and recommend a few of these, and yeah, just have a good old time talking about books. So here we go. This is Ngugi wa Ntiongo's Wrestling with the Devil, a Prison Memoir. So I read this book. So I started reading this book and it was great. So the book, it does talk about the time when Ngugi was in prison and the events that led to him being in prison as a political prisoner. It's really great because it talks about not just the history like during that particular time, but it goes really far back. Even looks at the Kenya's colonial history and the colonists and how they came to the country, obviously the devastation they caused to the country and the legacy they left behind. I would say the main reason for this book is obviously to talk about his time in prison, but also to critique the current government or the government during the time when he was in prison. When was this? He was in prison in the 70s. So he says that the government inherited the colonial aesthetic. For me personally, I'm the type of person who struggles with too many facts all at once. So I read this book. I divided it into 2, if you will. So I read it like halfway, and then I read another book, and then I came to finish it. It's just super dense in that way. So it's like really reading a historical book. Like for me, I'm not going to read that in one sitting. You know what I mean? Or yeah, I just can't do it. Or the other thing you learn is how he maintains his writing practice. I'm not going to give it away. It's quite insane how he manages to continue writing. He actually writes a whole novel in prison. And I'm not gonna tell you how he does that, just because it's giving away too much. But I would say really, really consider this. Put this in on your TBR list. It's really, really worth it. So yeah, did I forget anything? Hmm. So after Wrestling with the Devil, a prison memoir, I read this book. I think if you watched my previous videos, I want to say 2, 3 videos ago, you know about this video. You know about this book. We did a what did we do? We did a help me choose what I should read next video. And you guys actually wanted me to read this over the other book, so I did. Okay, so let's start by saying this is not the type of book I would usually pick up. Even my brother was saying, like, this is definitely not your type of book, which is true, but I like challenging myself. I like discovering new authors, um, new genres, just new topics. So why the hell not? For what it is, I feel like it is good. Yeah, so the book follows Buck, who is the protagonist, and the book is based in New York City. Someone on Instagram described it as the Wolf of Wall Street times something else. I don't remember who that is. Try to find it and insert it on the screen. So I thought that was such an apt description. So Buck gets his name because he initially, when the book starts, he's like this guy who doesn't have too much ambition. He's working at Starbucks and is quite happy with that, with that life. But his mom and girlfriend really want more for him, and he just meets this guy who works for is it a startup? It's like this techie startup company, and he eventually recruits him as a salesperson. So we just follow him trying to navigate that world, which is very, very white and very, very racist and very, very dramatic, like eyes rolling. Yeah, so that's the book. You will get so pissed off. Some of the white characters, you will get so pissed off. I will warn you on that. Um, so the book itself, I think like the author does a really great job of like capturing the language of the city, and not just in the dialogue, but I feel like the way he writes about the characters, you really feel like you're in New York. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I think he does a really good job of that. For me personally, there were like a lot of parts that I found super predictable. I will say though, giving the author credit, I did not see that ending coming at all. So yeah, that was like a major surprise. But a lot of it I saw coming. I could predict a lot of it coming. So the next book is this one. It's Zadie Smith, Intimations. So if you know anything about me, you know that I live and die for Zadie Smith. I'm very sad. And I know the non Zadie fans are gonna, they're gonna be very happy. And I hate to do this, but this book did not give me anything. It wasn't giving. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. And I love Zadie Smith. I love the way she thinks. I love her insights and ideas. Ugh. They were literally, how many stories are in here? Wait. Let's check quickly. Oh, Bagit, how do I count this? So they're like 14, 15 stories in here. Very, very short. Very, very to the point. Um, but maybe is Zadie Smith too smart for me? Am I not intellectually strong enough to consume Zadie Smith's work? You know what it is? I just felt like she talks about one thing, but then brings in three other things. Do you know what I mean? And I just feel like, why can't you just focus on this one thing? Like, make your point on this one thing. So you want to talk about black, white, blue, and green. I just felt so confused by some of her short stories, or some of her essays, and they weren't even like impactful enough for me to want to go reread them and try to figure out what the hell she was saying. I just felt like it was doing too much with very little impact, which I'm very sad to say. Yeah, but there was some handful of stories, like maybe three or four, that I was like, okay, okay, this is a great perspective on this. Wow, this has given me something to do. I remember specifically there was one where it's called Something to Do, I think. Yeah, Something to Do was so good. So Something to Do was so good. It like just gave me an opportunity to reflect. There were a few that were like, okay, wow, Zadie Smith, you in your pocket and you're doing the thing. The rest of them, I was like, no. Maybe it's because she wrote this book earlier on, and very earlier on during the pandemic. So sorry, I didn't say. So this is it's her reflection on the whole, everything we've been going through, lockdown, pandemic, and so forth. So her reflection on that, and maybe because it was like written at the beginning of this mess that we're going through, that it feels like less relatable. I don't know. Have you guys read it? When did you read it? How did it leave you feeling? Okay, friends, so that was the wrap up video. Let me know if you've read any of these titles, or which ones you are considering. But otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up here. So much love for you. Please subscribe and please like this. I'd really appreciate that. You helping me out. Like, literally, you are helping me out. I appreciate you. Take care. Bye.